Greetings and salutations. Well, typical, I don't have the parts to finish this one. I got some more coming on the way. But I do have some parts for this one. Parts that I've been holding on to for a long time. And I'm going to need these parts right here for that Jeep. And to replace these Sylvania halogens, I got the Turbo S11. Yeah, they're just cheap, really cheap. I should say really inexpensive LED direct replacement headlights. 15 LEDs. And they plug directly into the stock headlight plug. I'm not going to do these right now. I'll do them tomorrow. But what I'm going to do today is get them ready to go. And which means I'm going to take them out of the box and pull the plastic film off them. And then I might do them tonight. Who knows? But you don't need a tutorial on how to replace a light bulb, do you? What you really want to know is how well do these cheap LEDs work. I'm going to take a little drive today and tomorrow about the same time, so we'll get a good comparison with similar conditions to the OEM lights and the LED Turbo S11s. And then after the comparison, I'll give you my thoughts and some things that you should consider if you're going to replace your incandescent lights with LED lights. It's not going to start getting dark for an hour, so I'll come back to you in an hour. This is for you, it'll be just a couple of seconds, okay? Alright. I'm back! Well, first thing I noticed after I got it out of the packaging and stripped, I don't know how well this is going to come out in the video, but up in here on this particular lens, in a little spot right here, it looks like there's something fungal growing on the inside, and a little bit right here too. And this one here looks like a friggin' petri dish. So as far as the Turbo S11 is concerned, Turbo S11 no good. I'm gonna try to separate the lens from the housing and get the inside of these lenses cleaned, and then I'll glue them back on tonight, and hopefully they'll be dry enough to install them tomorrow. Maybe, if we're lucky, I can get this video shot and edited and uploaded before my 80th birthday. That would be grand. Link in the description. If I were to venture a guess, I would say that some kind of mold that grew as a result of being stuck in a shipping container overseas for God knows how long. But those were easy enough to come apart. Yeah, so I'll just use some black RTV and glue these back together after I get these clean. Use some black Dynaflex because I didn't have any RTV left. Hopefully those are dry enough to put in, install tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll go out and test these ones so we have something to compare it to tomorrow.
1 hour later.
5:22. This is with the Sylvania halogen headlamps. Hunter, quiet. Alright, that was the Sylvania halogen headlamps, both high and low beam. Not great.
The next day.
Swap out these headlights. I just do that again over there and I'm done. Pretty easy install. Test it. So in 4 hours we'll go out to where we were last night and we'll see side by side what the difference is and if it was worth the $30 that I paid for these. See you in 4 hours.
Later.
Well, I think these are going to be a big old fail. After a couple hours I came out here and I'm looking at these lenses and they're fogging up on the inside, both of them, and that's out here in the desert with about 11% humidity. Well, anyway, let's see how they perform. Maybe they'll clear up. We'll see.
Later.
So it's 5:15 and we're out at the same location we were yesterday with the LED headlights on. So turn this off.
Be cold, cold.
Be cold.
Be cold, cold. Bobby babe.
Be babe. marked improvement. I like the white light versus the kind of yellow light with the halogens, and they're really cheap. I mean, these are like 30 bucks, but they're without their issues, and we'll get back home and we'll talk about those when we get back to the ranch. Ready to go home? Okay.
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
I'm hungry.
Okay.
72 hours later.
So what are my final thoughts on the Turbo S11 LED headlights? They're really cheap. I didn't know if I was going to like aftermarket LED lighting for my primary headlights, but I gotta say, even these cheap, I think they're $30 on Amazon. If you're interested, you'll check the link in the description. If you got an old hoopty and you just want to upgrade your lighting, for 30 bucks you can get a pair of LED lights, and if you don't like them, when they do eventually break or get flooded and whatever, you can just throw them away and you won't feel too bad. They're about the same price point as a conventional halogen bulb. I think I paid $11 for one of those bulbs I had to replace right after I bought it. You saw that this particular model of light was pretty cheaply put together, and the lens popped off really easy with almost no effort at all, which means that if it was that easy to get the lens off, it's probably that easy for dust and debris to get inside the lens, which means that you're going to be maintaining your LED light by taking it apart, blowing it off. Here's the downside to LED lighting, at least as it pertains to these aftermarket type replacements, direct replacements to halogen bulbs. If you live in an area where it gets cold and it snows, you understand that the one thing that's keeping your headlights clear is the light itself, the heat generated by the incandescent light, the halogen light. Those things get hot, and that's what keeps the lens clear and keeps light emitting from your headlights even when the snow is blowing and the temperatures are really cold. And you're not going to get that with an LED light. So take that into consideration. If you live in an area where you get a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, you're doing off-roading and you're making water traverses, this light is probably not going to stand the test of time. It might last one excursion, and if you put the headlights underwater, they're likely to not function anymore. But again, they're 30 bucks. There are more expensive alternatives, and the reason why I went with these, A, because I'm cheap, and like I said, I didn't know if I was going to like LED lights for my primary lighting, and I think if I'm going to stick with LED lights, I'll probably end up getting a different type, more robust example, if you will. But this light, it has 15 LEDs, 6 of them are illuminated on the low beam, and then all 15 are illuminated in the high beam. And I like it. I like it a lot, even as cheaply as this thing is made, and even though that passenger side lens is fogged over, I'm gonna run them until they quit working. So, would I recommend that one? Maybe if your vehicle is worth $1,000 and you don't want to stick $150 headlights into it, then yeah, I would recommend it. But if you're going to use this, like I said, I can't recommend it for a proper off-road vehicle simply because they're not very well constructed. So I hope that was helpful. So if you haven't done so yet, underneath this window is a button that says subscribe. Click that and a little bell icon next to it so you can be notified of future uploads. If you like the video, share it with your vast social media network. Click the thumbs up button. That helps the channel a lot. If you're so inclined, I'd appreciate that. Thanks for doing that. You're awesome. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry. Have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. Butterfingers.